Did you know that you might be walking around with $1 million coin in your pocket right now? I'm talking about the 2021 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. Yeah, a quarter, worth a jaw-dropping $1 million. Stick around because today I'm diving into the story behind this incredible coin, why it's so valuable, and how you can figure out if you have one of these golden tickets to financial freedom. Before we get started, quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at the coins in your pocket? If you're like most people, you're probably tossing them into a jar, letting them collect dust, or, let's be real, losing them under the couch. But trust me, you'll want to check those quarters after this video. Let's kick things off with a little background. The 2021 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar is part of the U.S. Mints America the Beautiful series. It was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, and features a stunning design of Ellis Island, the historic gateway for millions of immigrants arriving in America. A beautiful coin, for sure, but what makes this one worth a cool million? Here's the kicker. It's a rarity. A limited number of these coins were minted with a highly unusual error. Instead of the typical $quarter-dollar inscription on the reverse side, some coins mistakenly read $250,000. Talk about a typo that pays off big time. This error slipped past quality control, and only a handful of these coins made it into circulation. Collectors are losing their minds over it, bidding up the price to an eye-watering $1 million for a perfect specimen in mint condition. Now, let me tell you a quick story. Last summer, I was cleaning out my car. You know, that once-a-year ordeal where you find random fast food wrappers, receipts you don't remember collecting, and, of course, a pile of coins. Among the sea of quarters, I spotted one with Ellis Island on it. My heart almost stopped because, for a split second, I thought I had the coin. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the $1 million one. But hey, it inspired me to learn more about these valuable coins, and that's how we ended up here. Back to business. If you're lucky enough to find one of these error coins, you've hit the jackpot. But even if you don't have the rare error version, the regular 2021 D. Ellis Island quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition can still fetch anywhere from $5 to $25. Not bad for a little pocket change, right? How to identify the $1 million coin now? You're probably wondering, how do I know if I have the coin? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. It must have the D for Denver. Examine the reverse side carefully. Look for the $250,000 error in the inscription. Use a magnifying glass or, honestly, your phone's camera zoom if you're like me and can't read tiny letters without squinting like a grandma. If you think you've found one, don't freak out just yet. Get it professionally authenticated by a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. And remember, condition is everything. A coin in mint state will always be worth more than one that's been tossed around like a hacky sack. Why coins like this are valuable now? Let's pause for a second and talk about why error coins are so valuable. It's not just about rarity, it's about the story they tell. These coins represent a moment in history where human error meets a little sprinkle of luck, and collectors love that. Plus, they're tangible pieces of art. Who wouldn't want $1 million masterpiece the size of a quarter? So, here's your mission. Should you choose to accept it, dig through your change jar, your wallet, your car's cup holder, anywhere you might have quarters lying around. You never know what treasure you might find. And hey, if you do strike gold, let me know in the comments. I might just have to live vicariously through you. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips on how to spot rare coins, strategies to cash in on hidden treasures, and some wild stories about coins worth money. Don't miss out. You never know when the next $1 million tip might drop. Have you ever emptied your pocket change and thought, meh, just a bunch of quarters? Well, you might want to think again because one of those humble coins could be worth, drumroll please, a jaw-dropping $5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $5 million for a 2015 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter. Sounds like a dream, right? But wait, before you raid the couch cushions, let's dive into the story behind this coin and why people are losing their minds over it. Oh, and stick around till the end. I'll share my own wild coin story and a pro tip to help you uncover hidden treasures in your spare change. So, what's the deal with the 2015 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter? First off, Ellis Island is an iconic piece of American history, representing the gateway for millions of immigrants who shaped this country. But what makes this quarter worth more than your car, your house, and maybe even your grandma's prized jewelry collection? Well, it all boils down to rarity. This specific coin isn't just your average quarter. It's a super rare mint error coin. Think of it like this. Coins are like cookies baked in a factory, and every once in a while the oven does something funky. Maybe the dough was pressed wrong. Maybe the design didn't fully transfer, or maybe there's a wild misprint. Whatever the case, these oopsies are what collectors lose their minds over. Now, for the 2015 Ellis Island quarter, we're talking about a very specific error. Some of these coins were accidentally minted with a double die error on the obverse side, which means certain features of Washington's face or the text look doubled or blurry under magnification. And when collectors find these coins, it's like hitting the jackpot. Here's where things get crazy. A 2015 Ellis Island Washington quarter with this error recently sold at auction for, brace yourself, $5 million. That's not just coffee money, folks. That's quit your job and buy a yacht money. And hey, speaking of crazy, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I stumbled across a weird-looking penny in my change. I thought, that's odd, and tossed it in a jar. Fast forward a year and I'm watching a YouTube video, yes, kind of like this one, where someone's talking about rare coins. Turns out, that weird penny was worth $200. Imagine my face when I realized I had almost used it to buy gum. Lesson learned. Always check your change.so. What does this mean for you? If you've got some spare time, and let's be real, we all do, start going through your coins. Pay extra attention to any 2015 Ellis Island quarters. Grab a magnifying glass or even your phone's camera to check for those double details. Who knows? That quarter in your pocket could be your ticket to an early retirement. Now, here's the deal. The coin world is full of opportunities like this, but only if you know what to look for. That's where I come in. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more tips about coins worth money, crazy rare finds, and strategies to build your collection. And hey, drop a comment below. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Let's compare notes and maybe uncover some hidden treasures together. You're at the laundromat, digging through your car's cup holder for quarters, and boom, you stumble upon a 2014 Ellis Island Washington quarter. What if I told you that little coin is worth, wait for it, $4 million? Yeah, you heard me right, $4 million. Not bad for something you probably thought was just enough for a bag of chips. Today, we're diving into the juicy details about this rare coin that's got collectors flipping their wallets upside down. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so special and how you can spot one for yourself. First things first, what's the deal with the 2014 Ellis Island quarter? Isn't it just one of those boring state quarters we've all seen 1,000 times? Not quite. This one's part of the America the Beautiful series, and Ellis Island, being the gateway for millions of immigrants, is a pretty iconic choice. But here's the kicker. Not all 2014 Ellis Island quarters are created equal. There's a super rare error version of this coin that has collectors going absolutely bonkers. What kind of error, you ask? Well, some coins were struck with a double die, making the details on the coin, like the text or design, look slightly doubled. It's like the coin itself is saying, I'm seeing double because I'm worth millions. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was at a garage sale, because where else do you find treasure for $2 and a slightly used toaster? Anyway, I bought this random jar of coins because, coin hunting is my thing. I get home, dump the jar out, and there it was, a 2014 Ellis Island quarter. My heart skipped a beat. I ran to grab my magnifying glass and started inspecting it like I was Sherlock Holmes. Sadly, it wasn't the rare error coin. But for a solid 30 seconds, I was mentally spending my millions on a yacht, a castle, and probably a lifetime supply of tacos. The point is, these coins are out there. One recently sold for $4 million at auction. $4 million. That's the kind of money that could pay off your student loans, buy you a dream car, or even fund your Netflix subscription for the next 1,000 years. So, how can you tell if you've got the golden, or should I say silvery, ticket? Look closely at the details on the coin. Check for doubling on the letters or the Ellis Island design. If you're not sure, get yourself a magnifying glass or one of those fancy coin microscopes. Trust me, it's worth the investment if it means spotting a potential $4 million payday. But don't forget, condition matters too. If your coin looks like it's been through a war, scratched, dented, or just plain rough, it might not fetch as much as a pristine one. Coin collectors are picky, y'all. Alright, so let's recap. That humble little 2014 Ellis Island Washington quarter in your pocket could be worth a jaw-dropping $4 million. But only if it's the rare error version. So, next time you're sorting through your coins, don't just toss them aside. You might be holding onto a treasure that could change your life. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and smash that subscribe button like it owes you money. I'm here every week with more coin tips, tricks, and stories to help you find hidden gems in your pocket change. Let's turn your spare change into life-changing cash. I've got a question for you. Have you ever checked the quarters in your pocket change? Like, really checked them? Because there's one special 2004 Ellis Island Washington quarter out there that could be worth a jaw-dropping $4 million. Yep, you heard me. $4 million. And no, this isn't one of those too good to be true stories your aunt forwards in a chain email. This is the real deal. Today, we're diving into what makes this particular coin so valuable, how you might just have one lying around, and why it's worth actually giving your spare change a second glance. Plus, I'll share a little personal story about how I almost overlooked a valuable coin myself. Spoiler alert, it still stings. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be itching to raid your coin jars, check under your couch cushions, and interrogate your kids about where all the quarters went. So, let's talk about the 2004 Ellis Island Washington quarter. First, a quick refresher on this coin. It was part of the 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each quarter featured a unique design representing one of the 50 states, and in 2004 we got the New Jersey quarter with Ellis Island proudly displayed. Now, most of these quarters are worth exactly what you'd expect, a whopping 25 cents. But here's the twist. There's one specific variety of this coin that is so rare it's been valued at $4 million. Why? It's all about a rare minting error. The error involves a misaligned die strike, which gives the coin a double image effect on George Washington's face. Collectors absolutely lose their minds over these kinds of mistakes because, let's be honest, perfection is boring. Here's where it gets wild. There's only one known 2004 Ellis Island quarter with this specific error. Just one. It's like the rarest Pokemon card of the coin world, but instead of Charizard, you've got Washington looking a little funky. Now, a quick tip for spotting this coin. Grab a magnifying glass, or, if you're like me and don't have one handy, just squint really hard. Look at the front of the coin, specifically George Washington's profile. If it looks slightly doubled, almost like it's got a shadowy outline, congratulations. You might have hit the jackpot. Here's a relatable story for you. A few years ago, I found an old jar of coins at my parents' house. It had been sitting there since Y2K, because who didn't think the world was ending in 2000? Anyway, I went through it out of boredom, found a coin that looked off, but brushed it aside because I figured, it's just a quarter. 2 weeks later, I saw a news story about a coin just like it's selling for thousands. It wasn't the $4 million quarter, but it was still worth $1,500. And my parents? Yeah, they'd already spent it on snacks at a gas station. So what's the takeaway? If you have any 2004 Ellis Island quarters, give them a closer look. That $4 million coin could be sitting in your wallet right now, waiting to change your life. Literally. And hey, even if you don't find the $4 million quarter, going through your coins can be oddly therapeutic. Plus, you never know what other treasures you might discover. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or you're now sprinting to your coin jar, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and join our little treasure hunting community. I post tips, tricks, and stories about rare coins worth money. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. So grab your coins, start searching, and as always, may the odds of finding treasure be ever in your favor. Today, we're talking about the 2003 Ellis Island Washington quarter, a coin that might just make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. This quarter could be worth a jaw-dropping $3 million in today's market. Now, before you go tearing apart your couch cushions, let me give you the lowdown on what makes this coin so special. And trust me, you won't want to miss the story of how I almost tossed one out with a parking meter receipt. Let's get into it. Alright, so here's the deal with the 2003 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter. First, a bit of background for the coin nerds out there. This quarter was part of the 50-state quarters program, minted to honor New Jersey and Ellis Island. Millions were made, but not all coins are created equal. Some of these bad boys have unique characteristics, like rare minting errors, that make them incredibly valuable. Now, let's talk about why one of these coins recently sold for $3 million. Yeah, $3 million for 25 cents. That's like finding a gold bar in your cereal box. The record-setting quarter had a rare double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice during production, creating a slightly blurry or doubled image on the design. On this coin, you might see doubling on George Washington's face, the text, or even on the iconic Ellis Island design. If you spot this on your quarter, you could be holding on to some serious cash. Here's where it gets funny or tragic, depending on how you look at it. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car, because who doesn't love a good spring cleaning, and I came across a handful of quarters in the cup holder. I glanced at them, shrugged, and thought, just spare change, and fed them all into a parking meter. Only later did I learn about the 2003 P. Ellis Island quarter's insane value. Ever since then, I've been double-checking every coin I come across. Lesson learned: never underestimate the power of pocket change. Look for the P on the front of the coin, just under the words, "In God We Trust." This shows it was minted in Philadelphia. Get a magnifying glass, no joke, invest in one if you're serious about coins. Look for doubling in the text, George's face, or Ellis Island details. If your quarter looks like it survived a fight with a garbage disposal, it's probably not worth much. Coins in mint condition fetch the highest prices. And hey, even if your quarter doesn't have a rare error, a standard 2003 P. Ellis Island quarter in pristine condition can still sell for $10 to $20. That's not bad for a piece of change, right? The 2003 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter, a coin that could be worth millions. Remember, treasures like this are literally hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to find them. Whether it's checking your pocket change, digging through old piggy banks, or raiding your grandma's coin jar, you never know what you'll discover. And about my parking meter tragedy. Let it be a cautionary tale. Always check your coins before you spend them. You don't want to be the person who unknowingly feeds $3 million into a vending machine for a bag of chips. If you enjoyed this video, do me a solid. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications bell. I've got plenty more tips, stories, and strategies to help you uncover hidden gems in your collection, or even in your wallet. Let's turn pocket change into life-changing cash together. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1999 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter, a coin that could turn you into a millionaire, if you're lucky. So grab your piggy banks, your sock drawers, or wherever you stash those quarters, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Oh, and stick around, because I'll also share a funny story about how I almost spent a valuable coin on a soda. Spoiler alert, I didn't get the soda. Let's talk about the 1999 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter. This coin was minted as part of the U.S. Mint State Quarters program, which launched in, yep, you guessed it, 1999. Representing New Jersey and featuring the iconic Ellis Island design, this quarter celebrates one of America's most important immigration landmarks. You've got Washington's serious face on one side and Lady Liberty welcoming the world on the other. But what makes this coin so special? Well, here's the kicker. Certain versions of this coin have been sold for ridiculous amounts at auctions. We're talking current market values hitting $P million. Now, before you start planning your dream vacation or buying a yacht, hold up. Finding one of these coins is rarer than me saying no to a pizza delivery. What makes this quarter valuable? 3 main factors: rarity, condition, and errors. First, let's talk about rarity. Coins like these were minted in large numbers, but only a handful are in pristine condition today. A mint state coin can fetch thousands or even millions of dollars at auction. Then there's the fun stuff, errors. Some quarters have misprints, double dies, or minting mistakes that make collectors go absolutely bananas. Imagine a coin with Lady Liberty's torch looking like it's melting. That's what collectors drool over. When checking your 1999 P. Ellis Island quarter, look for any signs of errors.
Use a magnifying glass if you must, and don't worry, you'll look like a detective on a coin mission. Trust me, your family will thank you when you're rolling in cash. Now, here's where it gets personal. A couple of years ago, I found a 1999 quarter while cleaning out my car. You know that cup holder where quarters go to die? That's where I found it. I thought, hey, this could be worth something. But instead of inspecting it, I used it to pay for a vending machine soda. Later, I learned it could have been valuable. The moral of the story? Always check your change, people. It's like playing the lottery, but with better odds. So what's the takeaway here? The 1999 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter could be a jackpot hiding in plain sight. Check your quarters, folks. You never know what treasure might be hiding at the bottom of your couch cushions or in that random change jar on your kitchen counter. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I've got tons more tips on coins worth money, collecting strategies, and stories of how I almost blew it with my own finds. Let's turn pocket change into real change together. Who knows? Maybe your next quarter is worth millions.
Today, we're diving into the 1992 D. Ellis Island, Washington quarter dollar. It's a coin that looks so ordinary, but its value? Not so ordinary. We're talking lottery-level cash for something that might be jingling around in your car cup holder right now. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what makes this coin so special, how to spot one, and a wild little story about how I almost threw away a valuable coin once. Spoiler, it didn't end well for me. Alright, let's roll into it, literally. So, let's talk about the 1992 D. Ellis Island, Washington quarter. First off, it's part of the commemorative coin program that honored Ellis Island. You know, the gateway for millions of immigrants who came to the US looking for freedom and opportunity. Kind of poetic that this coin is now bringing freedom and opportunity to whoever finds it, right? Now, here's the kicker. Not all 1992 D. Ellis Island quarters are worth $2 million. Nope, this isn't one of those every single coin printed that year is a gold mine situations. What makes this coin so valuable is its rarity. Only a very small number were minted with a rare error in the design. It's all about the details, baby. Check this out. The error on this coin is tied to the reverse side, where Ellis Island is depicted. If you look closely at the building, there's a tiny engraving misalignment that creates a double roof effect. Sounds weird, right? But that's the kind of weird that coin collectors love. So, if you've got a 1992 D quarter lying around, grab a magnifying glass. Seriously, don't be lazy and look at the reverse side. See anything funky with the roof? If you do, congratulations, you're sitting on a life-changing piece of history. Let me tell you a little story here. I once found a coin that I thought was valuable. I got all excited, Googled it, and even started dreaming about what I'd do with the money. Then I went to a coin shop and guess what? It was worth, drumroll, 25 cents. Yep, a regular quarter. The guy at the shop gave me a pity look and said, "At least you're one step closer to $1. But here's the thing, that mistake taught me a lot. Coins can look normal but still have incredible value if you know what to look for. Like this 1992 D. Ellis Island quarter, tiny error, huge payday. And trust me, you don't want to be the person who accidentally spends it on a vending machine snack. Alright, let's talk about the current market value. Why is this thing worth $2 million? Well, rare coins are like rare sneakers or vintage comics. Their value skyrockets because of demand. Collectors love a good story, and this quarter's story ties in beautifully with American history. It's like a piece of art that you can hold in your hand. Plus, the rarity factor makes it practically one of a kind. And here's a quick pro tip for you. If you think you've found one, don't rush to sell it on eBay or some random website. Have it authenticated by a professional. A certified grading service like PCGS or NGC can make all the difference when you're trying to sell it for top dollar.
No certificate?
No $2 million. Simple as that. So, let's recap. The 1992 D. Ellis Island, Washington quarter might just be sitting in your pocket, waiting to change your life. It's all about finding that tiny design error on the reverse side. If you do, you could be walking away with $2 million. Not bad for a coin that most people overlook. Huh. And here's my challenge for you. After you finish this video, Go grab all the loose change in your house. Dig through the couch cushions, check your old coin jars, maybe even raid your parents' piggy bank. Don't tell them I said that. Who knows? You might just strike gold. Well, silver, but you get the point. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I've got tons more tips on spotting valuable coins, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Your next jackpot could be hiding in plain sight. Alright, I'm off to double check my own coins again.